present this great artist in London in the first solo exhibition here, and to present it to a completely new audience, we hope, to discover the great world of EE. EE world is what we were really interested to investigate and to understand and to be part of, and we undertook a very swift but quite significant and quite extensive examination of the work across time, and we chose works to have in the exhibition that we felt represented all the different aspects of the very exciting spirit and aesthetic of EE's work and world. So what I mean by that is, though we have represented his work from a number of different periods, important periods in time, we've not shown works that we felt as such told a sort of autobiographical or biographical story. We were particularly interested, in fact, though we discovered the work through seeing a few drawings that were shown in the Venice Biennale, and through drawings that we showed in a group exhibition here in the gallery last summer. We were very happy and interested and excited to discover that there's phenomenal paintings at all scales, and in particular there are very monumental works by this artist that we've been able to show a number of in the exhibition here. So not just to represent the important cycles of drawings that are known to some people, but to show another aspect of the work as well. The wonderful thing is that we're a relatively young gallery, and most of the time we show so-called emerging artists or new artists, and I think it's pretty exciting that, of course, if you don't know the biographical details about this artist, that it has all the energy and vibrancy and aliveness of a young artist at work today. If you didn't know the date in which he was born and therefore work out his actual age in years, you wouldn't necessarily feel, you just feel a sort of important, critical, amazing energy in all the works, regardless of what period they're from, and that in itself is a thing worth celebrating, and which we've tried to do in this exhibition.
about this painting, which has a very strange title, and translated into English it means "My blood really good," because that was written in German originally, and it's not grammatically correct, but this is done intentionally.
And what is the intention of the painting?
Well, like all the paintings here, it uses several levels, so it's more like a dream, you know, that they're called fairy tales. So it's riddles, it's double entendres, it's mixing real situations and dreams, or what you would imagine. It has formulas that are not quite the ones you learn in school. For instance, here is the H30. You see, so it always breaks the rule. Or 3 by 3, you would necessarily say that it's 13.
So this is a dream world because what you normally expect to be happening
this
is not quite happening.
Well, art, of course, is not. Some people think that art is a reflection of real life, but it's not. In the artist's opinion, it is not. Although, of course, if you want to express yourself or what you feel, you need bits and pieces from real life. Yeah. This is the title of the exhibition, and it's called Ye. Well, it's a double E, but in Russian it's pronounced Ye, and the formula is MC cubed. So that might remind you of Einstein's formula.
It's like that, but not quite.
But not quite, it's enlarged actually. So it's made in a broader sense. I said that, C stands for yesterday, today, tomorrow, so it widens time, or it makes time timeless. And the M stands for microphone. This is the voice, you know, that creation by the voice or by the logos. So basically it's a creation of the formula, and the artist also calls this my art formula.
And what is it pastel, or what's the
material, the media?
What's the media?
Oh, it's a lot of everything. You really have to just get your nose very close and your eyes very close.
Is there a highlighter pen there?
There's a lot of wax crayons, and the letters are letter-set letters, they're stenciled letters, so they are applied. Do you know these that used before the computer area? You would buy in the shops, you would buy these with stenciled letters.
Yeah. And you'd fill it in yourself with ink.
And then we have felt pen, but these are the ones that shine. And all different. This is one of my favorites. This is an angel running through. It's like, running through a film.
Yeah. What's he holding?
I don't know. Sticks, maybe for a drum.
Yeah. No, he looks like he's got a mission.
Yeah.
Given the fact that it's dream world, are we supposed to get a definite meaning from it?
No. You get to it takes you in. But this, for instance, it reminds you of the club, the musical. So it's really very musical. This whole thing, it's very rhythmical and musical. And
I really like the colours of it.
Yeah, so do I. So what is interesting, it's flat, but it's also quite wide, It's somehow, it doesn't have a perspective, really.
Yeah.
It's not something where you have, the typical perspective with lines, but you still have things in the background and things in the foreground, but this is done with color.
It reminds me of a playing card. Playing cards are very flat and they have no perspective. I mean, there's obviously more than one figure here, but maybe it's a modern playing card.
There's
a deconstructed one.
Actually, it's I would say it's an assemblage. It's assembling figures to create a new sense, but nothing that can be really defined. See what happens here. Nobody could really say what happens, but you do feel that something happens, something is going on. I mean, they're like moving in another world, they're doing their things and or presenting themselves.
Well, aren't dreams like that? You know that things are going on, but you don't necessarily know what.
Yeah, and you can't really...
It gives you a kind of...
Or fairy tales, as they are called. Sometimes, things, all kinds, unexpected, all of a sudden happen from somewhere. Someone comes in without the reason and the logic, And
it's just there and it's happening.
But still, if you feel that in itself, the whole work, as small as it is, you feel that it's also complete. It's not something that you would say it's missing something or there's too much. And that's really the craft of the artist, is that although there's so much of it and it's a confusion and it's a chaos of this, it falls in place. You don't have the feeling that, and now I'm putting a dot somewhere. No, now I'm doing this. It's not. You don't feel that he used forceful ideas.
No, he's quite free.
Yeah, he's quite free, and that makes it quite pleasurable.
Well, yeah, it was very difficult because there's so much to choose from, and so we ordered a lot of work to try and understand what would look best juxtaposed with each other. So we wanted to show sort of his wide practice in terms of all the different materials that he used and the quality of line and the different materials like ink and paint and printing and carbon. And actually the carbon we particularly wanted to show. Well, initially we didn't know how we could display them, so we specially ordered a light box so that you could get a bit of the fine line quality that's present and very detailed. And I just really love the simplicity of the lines, and in the context of the show I think it's really relevant to make the audience understand what led like the build-up of layers from the carbon being in between both papers, and then the difference that you can see with the poet, how he reinterprets the same kind of images.
No, I think so.